What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyd and I am back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning on the left side of the map in the red color playing as Ra. His name is Three-Eyed Odin. His opponent today in the blue color playing is Hades. He's from the UCA clan. His name is Domantas. The map is Oasis. Is currently 2-0 for Three-Eyed Odin. Taking that last game with some nice Odin play. Seeing the third god of the series for Three-Eyed Odin, whereas Domantas trying to stick with his one god, trying to stick with Hades here. We've got Ra here on this Oasis. Three-Eyed Odin really likes his Ra. He really likes his Ra in Oasis specifically because you get access to farms that are really, really good. And there's not a lot of hunt, basically. But, as we know, there's always going to be two patches of hunt. We see a really high hunt spawn here for Domantas here. So Domantas has to be really happy with this one. You get the 5 zebra, and you get 3 giraffe with 4 gazelle. I think this is possibly the highest seeded map spawn for the hunt. Maybe you can get 6 zebra, I'm not sure. But definitely for the giraffe and the gazelle here. So maybe this will be option for Three-Eyed Odin to... Well, he didn't get hunting dogs, so he's gone 1 monument first and then 7 villagers food. This is a really old build order. I haven't seen this one in a while. This gets you to the classical age pretty fast. And I'm thinking he's going to be going for a super fast second town center, maybe. But he's a little bit late on the gold here. He's only going to need 50 gold though, because he was not going to get husbandry. Get this monument up, which costs 38 gold, which means you need 62 gold in order to get the temple. And you want to be advancing at around the 4 minute or the 3 minute mark. So the temple should be going up now, basically. If you're doing this, if you're doing the build, I think you're doing. But it looks like it's going to be a little bit delayed. Or we are seeing a villager coming off that zebra. So maybe Three-Eyed Odin knows what he's going to be doing here. Maybe it's going to be a 430 build. It's still not the most efficient, but does get the early monument to the villagers, which does allow him to get some early favor that he otherwise wouldn't have had for something that he might want later. And he's chucking a bunch of villagers onto this gold mine. Or he gets an early pickaxe. What's he doing? This is bizarre. I have no idea. I do not understand. How does he afford pickaxe? Did he chop wood? Or did he start with 150? I'm so confused. He's got 10 left. Did he chop wood? Someone explain to me how this game works. Because how much wood does Egyptian start with? I thought it was 100. Maybe it's 150. He's got 20 left. Oh, he's chopping wood somewhere. Oh, he's built a longhouse. Not a longhouse. He's built a lumber camp. I'm such a silly Billy. Okay, so maybe we're seeing a fast farm here off of 2 monuments. This is potentially what's going on. I'm so confused. I think Domantas is just playing standard, and Three-Eyed Odin is blowing my mind. Okay, so Temple's going up for Domantas. He's gonna be on this hunt, happily hunting away, and Three-Eyed Odin. He got the scouting. He sees that there's hunt up here. He may be able to grab hunting dogs as well for that hunt. He's got 8 villagers. He's going for the farms. Okay, this is a really old build order, and it's kind of been debunked in a way. You get 2 monuments here really, really early, but you reign in order to get to the classical age, and maybe you go through Bast and you get Sphinx, and yeah, I think most players normally go Tar here because of how strong shifting sands is. You can build a little box in your base and you can shift a bunch of units in there, and they just die to tower fire and town center fire for free. But Three-Eyed Odin is throwing a spanner in the works here. He's going for Sphinx. Sphinx against Hades are really, really strong, because Hades only has access to Chiron and Ajax. That's 2 heroes. If you have 3 Sphinx, then you can just micro the Sphinx away from the heroes attacking them, and then you still have 1 Sphinx just dealing absolute carnage. And that's what we're going to be seeing here for Three-Eyed Odin. He's also got villagers chopping wood to get those upgrades. Got Athena coming in for Domantas here as the rain comes down. We're going to see about a 6-minute advance time from Three-Eyed Odin. He can just ring the bell right now, and he should be able to get that get that classical edge. You got husbandry also incoming, and there is the Bast. The scout does get picked off here. Does Domantas see the we didn't see the monument? Okay, he doesn't know what's going on here. He doesn't see the double monuments, so he doesn't know that we're seeing Sphinx. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a third monument coming up now for Three-Eyed Odin once he gets the gold. But he's built the priest instead of the third monument, so maybe we won't see it. But Domantas doesn't know about this, and he's going 2 town centers here. I'm not sure he's going to be able to defend against this. He's going to get pushed off this hunt, and then this second town center is going to be really difficult to produce villagers out of here. And then we can see behind the Sphinx raids that are going to be incoming, we're going to be seeing a second town center, and then this hunt is going to be secured a little bit later for Three-Eyed Odin. What's this relic he's got? Oh, Eye of Horus, that's a nice one. And this one up here, Osberg Wagon, these are really good relics. Unfortunately, we haven't seen them being picked up yet, and Domantas doesn't know about it because he didn't do goat scouting. And we're seeing the armory coming down and the Cryo Sphinx. So this is gonna, this looks like it's gonna be a fast heroic, maybe Sphinx, but I doubt it. But it's gonna be a fast heroic here with the behind the Sphinx. What you normally want to do when you do the archaic rains is jump onto your pigs after the rain goes, just because they gather so much faster. But you could be letting them fatten up a little bit until you do that. But it's better to get those resources in early. We are going to be seeing the Sphinx moving in. We do have the Chiron here. It's Cryo Sphinx. The Chiron's going to be able to defend this location. We're seeing a third town center up for Domantas. This is extremely greedy, seeing as Three-Eyed Odin is going through Bast. This is just like Domantas has his strategy and he's not adapting. That's what's going on here. But this Sphinx gets prevented here, gets pushed back. Three-Eyed Odin not spending any more resources on these Sphinx. Is going through Hathor. 1 town center Hathor here. So we'll see what kind of damage he can do with the Locust. But not even going for the Scarabs here to punish the third town center. Really bizarre. Not sure what's going on here. I guess the Scarabs are a little bit too expensive. They cost 300 food, and you only got 10 farms and 11 villages on food. You do have this hunt still, which you could move forward to and then utilize that for all of the Scarab goodness. But random Minotaur decides to pick off the lion here, and we're seeing some more of these Sphinx come up, and we've got Hierarchosphinx, coming through, and the second town center looks like it's going to be thrown up now for Three-Eyed Odin. So I guess I don't know. It just looks bizarre. These Sphinx are really important, but excuse me for that sneeze. I'm dying. That's fine. The Sphinx are just bizarre. They're going to be super speedy. He's going to have Eclipse to do something crazy with. He's going to probably be able to produce a bunch of Pistustios, but going for this double upgraded Sphinx and not spamming Sphinx is bizarre. And it looks like Migdol Stronghold is going to come up, so he's going to be able to secure this second gold mine. But Domantas' economy is going to be so strong. It's going to be so strong. So we'll see if that helps him or not. Domantas needs to get Heroic Age though, and we're seeing the big issue that arises here. I mean, it's kind of not that big. He's sorted it out, but being 3 town centers and not having hunt means it's hard to pump these villages out off of 3 town centers. But the military buildings are starting to come up now for Domantas. And what I was saying is Domantas needs to get Heroic Age to deal with the impending Myth unit Eclipse. He needs to get Achilles out in order to deal with this, because it's really hard for him otherwise. I'm going to be seeing this Minotaur is going to start taking some damage here as the Chiron's coming in to pick off this Sphinx, or at least do some damage. And I'm assuming that that Three-Eyed Odin is not going to want to sacrifice this Sphinx, as he's going to be running away. He's got the priest here to heal him back up to full HP, so that's going to be totally fine. Nice micro keeping that Chariot Archer alive. And we see the Sentinels has come down. And we're seeing this is where their fight's going to be. The Minotaur does get picked off there basically for free. And we'll see where this comes here. Three-Eyed Odin still sitting 1 town center. So he needs to do damage. And right now, the only damage he's done is 1 Minotaur. And this is going to be a big issue right now. And Domantas is pumping units. He's got 4 military buildings, but he can't really afford 4 military buildings at this point. He's got a lot of wood income. He needs more food income, because off 3 town centers with the farms, you need 5 villages on farms with plow and with husbandry in order to produce villages consistently. And he's only got 18, so he's got 3 villages producing consistently, and then not even a hoplite. Half a hoplite producing consistently, so or maybe he's got 1 hippocon here. So this is gonna be difficult for him to defend this attack. It's basically because he's only got these Toxotes, and Hierarchosphinx as well, gonna be a big issue here. Another one sitting idle with the Eclipse. You're going to be able to move in. He's also got Locusts to pick off villages that are going to be harassing this siege tower. This is really well thought out, actually, because you don't get a lot of value out of Locust anymore by using it on a random group of villagers gathering from, and the raids coming as well. This rock, it's not going to be the Chiron does deal with it, but this is a good distraction right now. The Pastuchos can just run away, or should have jumped into the rock to run away, and this Chiron wouldn't have been in this position here. Now we see the Eclipse coming down. As ThreeEyedOdin is pushing through here, he's going to be able to pick off these military buildings really, really easily. There's 3 siege towers. How many, on Domantas' perspective, there are 3 siege towers. There are 2 Sphinx here. Maybe 1 got picked off. There's still 1 idle back here, unfortunately, but maybe it's not going to matter. The villagers pop out of the town center straight onto this siege tower. There's a lot of units here for ThreeEyedOdin, but there's also a good amount for Domantas. It's currently 114 population for Domantas to 97 population for ThreeEyedOdin, but he is pushing him back. The cavalry are doing some nice micro here, dodging those arrows, as you can see that there, and the siege towers are on top of this town center, as the Hierarchosphinx are really helping out, but the villagers do pick off these siege towers really, really well. I feel like maybe ThreeEyedOdin didn't think this one through completely. Utilizing that Eclipse before the Locust is not what you wanted there, as the town center is going to be able to survive another day, and all of those Sphinx do get picked off, and Domantas has got to be extremely happy about this one, as the rock is sitting underneath these villages. Maybe going to be casting Locust here. If the Locust does come down, going to be picking off only 2 villager pickoffs. Oh no, 4 villager pickoffs there. Unfortunately, the Locust moved on to these. So that's not going to be actually so bad. Really nice split there by Domantas, as the second town center is now coming up for ThreeEyedOdin. So now the question is, well, ThreeEyedOdin is going to grab his own second town center. Now the question is, Domantas is gonna have to utilize this extra economy bonus. He's gonna have to get to the heroic age, and then he's gonna get to the mythic age really, really fast. So how is ThreeEyedOdin gonna punish Domantas? He needs to get some economy damage done. He's killed 4 villages, which is not enough considering how long 3 town centers, how long Domantas has been on 3 town centers. You do see the armory is now coming up for Domantas. His economy is really, really strong. He needs to be transitioning onto these farms really nicely. We see the restoration comes down, and the Hierarchosphinx are going to be taking a little bit of damage. Is going to be able to keep that one alive there, and ThreeEyedOdin is actually struggling to produce units. He's only got 1 Migdol stronghold as he's producing this second town center, and we're going to be seeing Domantas punishing ThreeEyedOdin just a little bit here, but he's thinking, oh, I don't think he should be retreating here. His army is clearly stronger, and ThreeEyedOdin enjoys this because he can pick off this army as it's running away, because it is a Greek army. Unfortunately, not choosing to hang in there. And Domantas, he's throwing up the farms. Apollo is coming through. Apollo, I think I would have preferred to see potentially Aphrodite here, just to punish even more because of how weak ThreeEyedOdin's economy is. Could cast that curse, and then that's just even more economic damage you can do as opposed to the Apollo. But you can get a nice underworld on top of a large gold mine or something like that. Would be very, very useful. But I'm assuming Domantas should be able to just skip straight to that mythic age here. He needs to sort out this wood income really, really fast. 33 villages on wood is not what you want to see. Transition some of those onto farms is kind of what you do. Just grab these 6, build farms from them, and then you're probably in a decent economic position there. But there we go. Heroic age has come through with Apollo. And Three-Eyed Odin is going to have to get those villagers pumping. He's got a good amount of villagers on the food. He's got not the best economic upgrades. Did he grab plow? He does have plow. Of course he's got plow. Very, very important plow there. And now we're moving in. This wooden wall taking a little bit of damage there. The chariot archers sieging down, but we're seeing Domantas throwing up 3 layers of walls here. Where's the rock? That's all you need. You just jump over these walls and you're fine. But this should go down really fast. We've got 3 Hierarcho Sphinx here in order to take this down. There's the siege tower just kind of being AFK. But the move forward now for Domantas, and he also has Underworld if he wants to just jump from one side of the map to the other. But this gold mine is the only gold mine that Domantas is currently gathering from. We've got the market up for Domantas as well. And he has to retreat off this gold mine because he realizes how fast this army is. It'll swamp onto this really, really soon. So he's just going to move up onto where his army is, and that's going to be totally fine. And maybe we're going to start seeing some pressure over here. And now we've got the resources to advance. We're going through Artemis. Interesting. I think Domantas is going for a win here. Again, Artemis is like, I've been seeing Artemis a little bit too much from Hades. Hades does not need Artemis to win the game. His late game is so strong because he's got the incredibly strong buildings, and he's got access to those unique archers, the Gastrophetes, as opposed to Poseidon, who does not have that. He doesn't have access to Gastrophetes, and he doesn't have access to the really strong buildings, which is why we see Artemis from Poseidon so much, because it's so important that you get that damage down. But Domantas could have just gone Hephaestus here, got the Plenty Vault, and then just had a ridiculous economy, and just completely push forward onto the Ra with watchtowers and the like. But we are seeing Three-Eyed Odin. He's got this really strong army now. Looks like the fight's going to be happening here. And yep, we have to retreat out. We need to get Perseus out to deal with these Hierarcho Sphinx here. 1 Chiron is not enough, and I don't know where the Achilles is. There he is. He's getting built out at this point, and the army of Three-Eyed Odin is just so disgustingly strong with 4 myth units out and no armory upgrades for Domantas here. This is just brutal. But once the Achilles comes out, he should start whacking away at these Hierarcho Sphinx and forcing them back. Now, Fortress is coming up. Gold mines gathering from here. I mean, Three-Eyed Odin is going to be doing a little bit of a raid there with those chariot archers, and we are going to be forcing Three-Eyed Odin back here as the Artemis comes down. And Artemis Earthquake does move into this location. We do see fortified town centers. Is it going to be enough? Looks like it will take this town center down, but at what cost? I mean, to Domantas. Oh, not Domantas. At what cost to Three-Eyed Odin? We see the Underworld coming through. That's going to be really, really smart. He should be able to move in and take this one. We see Osiris is coming through, though. And now the army of Three-Eyed Odin is going to have to fight here. And this is going to be 1 Chimera, 1 Achilles, 1 Ajax versus 3 Sphinx. Three-Eyed Odin is sitting at 142 population of 144 to Domantas' 153 pop. And this town center is going to be all kinds of Domantases. So this is really nice play here from Domantas. Going to be able to grab this town center, and he should be able to hold on to it. Osiris is incoming though, so that's going to be catapult. So he does need to get this town center out. Would have been probably a better idea to just send all of these villagers forward to just make sure he grabs it, and then send them back through the underworld. And there we go. The Chimera, in addition to these heroes, taking down those Sphinx there. And there we go. Osiris is out. That's going to be enough to start dealing with these Chimera. He's got the mummy, and we're seeing a little bit of a raid here on top of Domantas' villages, and he's not responding to it. No Peltas coming out here. These villagers can just turn around and take down these chariot archers. The fortress is not able to pick off these villagers either. The villagers should be okay there. But now it's 4 town centers to 2 town centers, and Domantas is going to be in a really controlling position here. But he's got no gold income, and for some reason his food income is really, really bad. Only 15 villagers on food, and he's pumping donkey caravans. You don't want to be doing that while you've got 3 gold mines left. 1, 2, 3. Pumping these donkey caravans means you're not making military units. 100 food you're not making for a very, very long time, because you need to build like 20 or so, like 2,000 food. You need to build like 2,000 food in order to, of donkey caravans in order to have a decent trade route. And with this Son of Osiris here, with this Mummy here, you need units. We're seeing some nice micro from the heavy Toxotes here. Going to be trying to take down this Son of Osiris, but again, good micro by ThreeEyed Odin, pulling him back just enough, and then trying to sit him just out of range of these Toxotes. There's 15 range versus 18, so you can just sit outside of range of these and siege them down for ages. You can get Gastrophetes out in order to deal with this Son of Osiris, but now we've got the Catapult out, we've got the Watchtowers coming down, and this Talent Center is not going to be staying alive. I'd love to see just one wall here just to make it really hard and make sure that no units can come through. We do have Heliopolis here as well in order to deal the damage, but there's really not that many units. Again, nice micro, pulling them back. We've got the Mummy dealing some damage here with those special abilities, and the Siege Tower moving into this top location. That's going to stop this fortress, and I think this could all be sorted out. Domantas could have just held on to this town center had he not started the the market, the trade route there. Had he not started the trade route, he could be building out Hoplite here. Instead, he could get 2 Hoplite for every donkey caravan he produced, which is so many donkey caravans right now. And then he would be able to, or even just get Hippocon as well. He'd be able to push forward here. See, yet again, this Son of Osiris micro is really, really big. And every single time this Son of Osiris deals damage, it's so much hit point loss for these Toxotes because it hits so many of them. Oh, unlucky. There's a little bit of a bug there on the Son of Osiris, but there we go. The Son of Osiris takes down so many of these, and now we've got the Hippocon coming in finally, but War Elephant are coming through, and the trade of Three-Eyed Odin is going to get picked off, but he doesn't care that much. He's still got access to 2 gold mines here and a 3rd gold mine here, and even a little bit of gold left in his main base. More Watchtowers coming up, and this catapult here, for some reason, or he's taking out the underworld passage, which is getting repaired, but it doesn't get repaired very fast at all. And this underworld should be going down. It gets the catapult picked off. Oh, survives with 150 HP. But the big question is this town center going to be able to survive? Could just send these war elephants forward. We've also got some of these mercenary cavalry coming in as well from the base. They do not have that upgrade Magi in order to keep him alive for a very long time, but they're being focus fired down, which is what you want to be seeing as Three-Eyed Odin, because they don't survive for that long. And here we go, town center just about to fall. We did see a Watchtower getting picked off here, but 2 of these catapults is going to be too much. This town center is going to be going down. This location has been able to survive for now, but this population advantage that Domantas had is going away very, very fast here as the heavy Toxotes are pushing forward. And they are still trying to pick off that Son of Osiris, but I feel like Three-Eyed Odin is in a decent position here. This town center is not going to be able to get back up, but the question is this underworld passage going to be able to get taken out? And the Watchtowers aren't in a great position here. The catapult is getting taken down by some units here, but they are getting taken down fairly quickly. And for some reason, Three-Eyed Odin, I mean, he is down 20 population or so because he's out, or not 20, he's down 16 population because he's got that relic of the Eye of Horus. And we are seeing Son of Osiris is slowly but surely getting picked off, and he will die eventually. It's a very, very long time he's been sitting up. But now, again, the Heliopolis are here. They're here to do a lot of the damage, and that's all of the good things. Seeing again, this micro from Demand is really, really good, but the micro from Three-Eyed Odin is just as good. He's pulling these guys back and picking off so much damage. This Son of Osiris is getting so much value, and Three-Eyed Odin is just, all he needs to do right now is take down this underworld. If he can take down this underworld, this attack just stops. And he gets this town center back, he gets the advantage back, and unfortunately it seems like Domantas' economy is really bad for some reason. It's probably because he doesn't have the Plenty Vault, right? But that's okay. We're seeing more guard towers coming up now. Gets that upgrade. These become really strong. What do they do? Like 12 damage. They shoot 2 arrows, so 24 damage an arrow. Compare that to the 11 damage that the chariot deals. It's just so good. And all of this good stuff is happening here. We've got the Helioplay. Trustified says, Siege plus Tox, you need 30 wood, and Domantas has only got 20 wood at the moment. And he probably doesn't need villagers on wood on gold anymore, and he definitely doesn't need this trade route pumping out. Like, how many donkey caravans has he got? You've got 24. That's more than you need. 20 is all you need. 20 donkey caravans, all you need. And now we've got Domantas throwing up some more stuff. Got the Migdol Stronghold coming up with the Son of Osiris empowering here. Another mummy coming down. We do have a heavy Hippocon, but these are Crenellation guard towers. So these are Hippocon died so quickly. And the Perseus, oh, he's building out the Perseus, but it's not much of importance though. He does pick off the mummy, but that's pretty much all. And again, more War Elephant. Need to see the Three-Eyed Odin grab that heavy War Elephant as he gets this next Migdol Stronghold up. If he can produce the heavy War Elephant from this location, we're seeing the villager side builds here, but Three-Eyed Odin is kind of on top of this one. He can can he get through here? Or he can sneak through here. This is really interesting. Maybe I would throw down some stuff here, but I feel like Three-Eyed Odin has got his eyes on the mini-map for 100% of the time here. And this Heliopoli getting picked off and seeing the town center trying to get back up. War Elephant getting pumped out here. I wouldn't build Champion Chariot from this Migdol. I just build War Elephant from this and Chariot Archers from this. And I also build a gate here. That's alright. Now the town center is coming up. We're seeing the Toxotes trying to take down. Oh, they're going to be able to get the Son of Osiris. He's going down, and the Son of Osiris dies. But at what cost is this town center going to be able to come back up? The heavy Toxotes have only got bronze upgrades, and there is only what's this one bronze upgrade for 300. I mean copper upgrades, and this town center looks like it should be able to come up, and it's so close. But the Heliopoli comes in, managing to keep this one down, managing to keep Domantas in the game, and Sigma says, max irony, we have Osberg Wagon sitting right next to the market there. That's actually totally true. You could just send a priest up and get that one, and these trade route of 3-8 will be huge. And now we're seeing the probably Medjai mercenary cavalry here. You don't get to see it in the tooltip because of some sort of bug. I swear that's fixable. Somebody should fix that at some point. I'm looking at you, Chrono JJ, or Ipit. I've seen the War Elephant moving forward, and yet again, this Underworld passage just staying alive for so long. There's the heavy elephant. Now these heavy Toxotes really do no damage to these elephants. Getting more guard towers coming up for 3-Eyed Odin, and the villagers are coming into the fray as well. They've probably got Skin of the Rhino. Yeah, they do. So they do even more damage than they otherwise would. We've got the catapult sieging down this Underworld passage, and once this goes down, this town center is coming back up because there is no more siege for Domantas to be coming through. We're seeing the siege tower gets right-clicked onto that town center, but it's getting pathing blocked just a little bit. Going to be able to prevent this for just a little bit longer. Unfortunately, for some reason, the War Elephant getting microed back. Not sure what that's about there, but this Heliopolis is almost dead. I feel like, yeah, villagers are getting produced here for 3-Eyed Odin. Should be building them from this town center, though, and getting mercenary from this town center would be the idea I would run with. Somehow, some way, 3-Eyed Odin is surviving here for absolutely ages on 2 town centers versus 3 town centers here. And Domantas, he's just got, he does finally have the correct amount of wood villagers, and he is able to maintain this attack, but I feel like 3-Eyed Odin is going to be able to get this soon. The Underworld passage is back alive. Domantas is building up these archery ranges here. He deletes them for some reason to build up the fortress. What's going on there? Not sure. He wants to get the fortress in this position just to make sure the town center can't get up. If he gets this fortress up, that's another thing that 3-Eyed Odin needs to destroy here. I'm seeing a siege workshop coming up, guard tower coming up. I think 3-Eyed Odin noticed a side build coming there, so he's just doing some stuff to prevent that one there. And here we go. The army of Domantas is getting picked up. The villages are right next to this relic. Oh, and there's a priest here as well. Not empowering the market. Just raw things. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. The Champion Chariot's going to be trying to take down these Toxotes, which they're going to be doing very, very well. I still can't believe there hasn't been a wall thrown up here. One wall is all you need. One wall here, and then this catapult can just siege this underworld for days. Maybe the settlement prevents it though. So maybe that's a problem. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to throw it up that close. So maybe like throw up the siege workshop or something here. We're seeing the heavy Hippocon moving in here yet again, picking off those siege units for Three-Eyed Odin. Both players seeing a nice amount of resources here. We're seeing champion chariots obviously are out now. The champion Toxotes are out. We're seeing some bronze starting to come in for Domantas. Got the Pharaoh coming in. Sheshonk the second. He's out. Getting this war elephant empowered to get even more of these out. These heavy war elephant are what Three-Eyed Odin needs here. And he's just got so many units for how much economy he's got. He's like really economized this really nicely. He's probably got about 60 or yeah, maybe a bit more than 60 population, maybe like 80 population of economy units here, and like the rest in army. And that relic Eye of Horus it's doing good. It's nicely helping him because it's allowing him to get four extra population of villages. So it's very, very good. And this Heliopolis is going to be taking down these buildings nicely. He does have mud bricks, so these Ballister are really strong mud brick architects. So they take a long time to get picked off, and there is no engineers here for these Heliopoli. Really need that engineers. It's such a strong upgrade. Now I've got the Petropoli coming in. This is really big. Oh, and the wall coming in. You can't build walls really close to the town center. Look how close that is. And now the wall's coming up. This is going to prevent... It's going to be really hard for Three-Eyed Odin to pick off because of the wall here. And this fight's still coming on. I'm surprised to see no effort made into this location here. We do see the catapult sieging down some of this. Is a lot of population investment. It is 4 population, I believe. And we're also not seeing any of the Gastrophetes, as Trustify is mentioning. It's a really big unit for Domantas. You do need to get out Burning Pitch though, which does cost a lot of wood. But I'm assuming, yeah, no, Domantas is sitting at low amount of food here, or resources, I should say. So he's not able to get that up, and we are seeing that the Pharaoh gets picked off by the Toxotes. And again, I think Three-Eyed Odin needs to think about a different way of pushing through here. He's still putting up these Ballister Towers. The Petropoli is doing the damage, and we do now have almost the resources in order to get out that siege engineer. He's got the food, he just needs to get the gold. And we're seeing Three-Eyed Odin's military buildings just start to fall here. I just don't know what Three-Eyed Odin can do here. He's not able to beat this army, and he's gonna have to make a decision here. We see the mummy moving forward. I'm not sure what he's gonna be doing. Maybe we can make a decision to attack up here. What's happened to the market? Oh, we've got the market getting picked off over here. That's really, really big. We've got so many idle donkey caravans at this point. He needs to rebuild this market somewhere. And if he picks off that trade route, which he did, this is going to give him enough time in order to push through here. Now, if we check out Domantas' economy here, he's only got 100 gold, and all of these donkey caravans have got 60 gold in them, and he's swapping the trade route over. Where's the market? No, he's moving back to this trade route. Oh, and only a couple of them are going to dump him off, and then the trade route's going to be gone. Oh, he gets a lot of gold there, but Domantas has got 500 gold in the bank right now. But once all these units die, it should be a really difficult position for Domantas to be in. Where's his market going up? No market getting thrown down. There's the market. This is going to be really, really big right now, as and we're seeing Secret of the Titans coming down, picks off the market, gets Secret of the Titans. Secret of the Titans going to push through. He's got some heavy slingers coming in. Not sure about the heavy slingers at this point. They do a lot of damage to these Toxotes, but they do have 18 range when they're champion. But for some reason they're not champion. What? Oh, they have their own individual upgrade. Of course they do. The slingers, when they get champion slingers, they have an extra 2 range than otherwise. So it's very, very good for him. But I feel like this Titan is not going to be able to get chased. We check out Domantas' economy. He's got a lot of resources, but he's just not going to be able to chase that. He's just not going to be able to chase that Titan get with his own. because he's never going to be able to get the gold and the food up to 800. And then 3-Eyed Odin's just going to have a Titan to walk through this location, and he's going to be able to clear it up. And then once he gets 3 town centers himself, he's got the Ra economy going for himself, and he's got the army to just to punish what Domantas has got here. And we're seeing, even with this Titan gate going down, just because he pushed off that market, these trade route of Domantas is really hurting. It looks like he is able to chase. He stopped production here, and because he stopped production to chase the Titan, he's going to lose this underworld passage. It looks like. Oh, maybe not. Not sure. He's going to have all of these shades coming in to assist. We've got the town center trying to get back up as well. Titan gate comes down. He's going to throw that one down. Maybe over here. Got to be careful though. How many resources does he have? He's got a lot of resources in the bank. He can definitely take all of those villagers off wood at this point and just chuck them onto this Titan gate. We're still seeing this town center coming back up. The underworld passage still alive. We've got engineers has finally come through. So now these catapult whack a complete wallop with the 63 hack attack and was that 13 hack damage they do? I have no idea if this is accurate or not. They have 62 crush damage and 12 pierce damage, so much damage. Tons of damage, some might say. Yeah, Underworld is really, really difficult to pick off. I'm not sure if Burning Pitch affects catapults. Oh, it's just Heliop where they don't affect. Must affect catapults or something. I don't know how it works. But the catapult are moving in. I'm sure. Why is 3-Eyed not spending his resources on upgrades here? He could definitely get. He's got iron. He's got iron shields, but not burning pitch. And now we're seeing 3-Eyed make this crazy push here with the Pharaoh and 18 villages. I'm not sure this is the way to go. Got the Titan gate now coming down for Domantas. He's going to have to throw that one down. But Domantas doesn't have resources to play with, so he's not going to be getting any food income here when he's building this Titan gate up. And this push is going to spell disaster right now. He's got 4 catapult here. If he can just focus fire this underworld passage, it will go down here as 200 resources is getting really, really low. The Hippocon coming in, and it's going to be making it difficult. And a couple more shots here, and this underworld passage is down. This is going to be really hard. Domantas could have used this time to just fill in this location here with buildings, and then it wouldn't have mattered that this this underworld passage is down. And now we're going to start seeing these watchtowers fall, these fortresses fall. Domantas can move forward or backward, I should say, into this location here if he so chose. But it's going to be the Titan coming down, and then potentially Titan Wonder here just to win this game here for 3-Eyed Odin would be completely worthwhile. I mean, this could also be an option for Domantas here, but he just doesn't have the resources to play with. But Town Center easily going to come back up now for 3-Eyed Odin. The Titan Gate is at 50%. It looks like the Titan Gate coming up slightly faster for Domantas, but 3-Eyed Odin has got the crazy advantage of having the Titan coming out first. So it looks like it's going to be relatively even when they both come out, maybe both hitting about 100% at the same time, but it's sort of irrelevant because basically the Titans cancel each other out, and so long as you get yours out before the enemy Titan reaches your base, it's totally fine. And now the fortress also, this back buildings from Domantas is going to get picked off, and 3-Eyed Odin can now start making a push forward. He's got the rock. Oh, he's going to go for the Titan Gate. There's nothing here to stop him, and he's going to make it there in time. How many catapults does he have? He's got 4 catapults. He's got 2 of the elephants here. This Titan Gate's in a terrible position. It's got 75%. This is going to come in, and where's the army? For all the army is over here. It's going to be on the trade route of 3-Eyed Odin, but it doesn't matter if this Titan Gate gets picked off. That's GG, because you don't trade Titans for Titan here. There's so many Gastrophetes here. It's going to be able to pick off all of this stuff, but the rock is here. It's going to be dropped down. The Titan Gate's going to be picked off. There's so many of these champion chariots here. Got the slingers as well as the elephant. The villagers get off that Titan Gate immediately to start trying to kick off that catapult. You could just do a little bit of micro with the rock here, but not going to be happening. And now the Titan Gate is up for Three-Eyed Odin, and this is a gigantic right now for Three-Eyed Odin. He's going to have 50% of this Titan out until this, or 40%. This is so much damage right now, and the Titan Gate's got even still Champion Elephant on it. The Fortress is coming in here, and the Titan is probably just going to make its way up right through here, clear out all of this Greek units, make his way through Domantas' base, and then just spell absolute disaster for Domantas' winning chances here. That was such a beautiful rock play right there in order to take down the Titan Gate. Didn't actually manage to take it down, but Three-Eyed Odin is playing defensive with the Titan for some reason. Not sure what is going on here unless the recorder game's bugged out, but looks like the Titan Gate is coming through. Still idle. This is making me nervous. Just because it takes so long for him to get through, you have to walk all the way over here. We're seeing some more watchtowers. We're seeing the elephants coming through, and there's no army over here yet again. And it looks like Three-Eyed Odin's managed to clear out this attack here. And Domantas is really struggling. He's got 3,000 gold in the bank, but he's sitting at 130 population. The catapult is on top of this Titan Gate, dealing damage. Just a couple of villages out, as well as the Achilles. Some watchtowers moving forward, and now the Titan is moving forward as well. He realizes he's got the time to play with. He could even throw down a wonder if he so chooses, just to put the nail in the coffin. All of this crazy good stuff right now. If I'm Domantas right now, I'm throwing up wall segments everywhere here. You just double click wall segments everywhere around this Titan Gate in order to try and get it up, but it's so close. It's so close to getting in here, and if he gets here, it's lights out for this time. You've got the Mythology stronghold moving up in this position as well. Domantas is trying to do stuff over here, but with the mercenary cavalry, it's just too much. The Titan is making his way through. Super happy just to walk through this location here, take the damage, and he should be able to get onto this. It's only 60%. There's no way that this Titan doesn't get through here. We see the wall is going to be coming up. You just have to bash this wall. Three-Eyed Odin not paying attention. You have to be paying attention to your Titan Gate, to your Titan here. Really nice block there by Three-Eyed Odin, and unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit late to the party here, and we're seeing even more little blocks here, but he should just be able to potentially bash through this fortress maybe. Or he goes through the wall here. He picks off that very fast, and then he should pick off the granaries. And 80%, he's just not paying attention. You gotta pay attention. Nice building blocking here from Domantas, but they get picked off by one attack. And here we go. The Titan makes it, just about makes it, as he's destroying these buildings here. Whacks down the granaries, and he gets up another one, but it's still only 90% here as he makes his way through, and now he's on top of the Titan Gate. He's taken that one down, and that spells disaster for Domantas. He taps out. GG, well played by Three-Eyed Odin. Unbelievably managing to fight that game there for a good 20 minutes on 2 town centers versus 3 town centers. Domantas just not being able to make his way through there, and Three-Eyed Odin just being able to abuse the resource advantage that is Ra, getting all of that empowering advantage with the priest on the market, getting the extra gold and all of the farm bonuses and everything that was going well for him there. So much craziness. That Son of Osiris did so much damage. I think that Domantas, and also that nice side build here to pick off that market, to just give him that little edge. That little edge getting the Titan out and delaying the Titan from Domantas was so key. Because he wouldn't have had the rock here in time to slow the Titan out. And it would have been crazy if he didn't have that. So just the little things here that Three-Eyed Odin does, manages to take this game 3-0 against Domantas. What a close series. It does not feel that way given the 3-0 result, but Domantas could have taken any one of these games, and Three-Eyed Odin just managed to clutch it out in the end every single time. So well played there by Three-Eyed Odin. Going on to the round of 16 to fight somebody else. Really, really good play there. I'm going to probably hang around for a little bit, actually. Let's see if I can find some games to play. But thanks for hanging out with me. This has been the Bill Gregg Open. We'll get some more games for you in the next coming games. Thanks for hanging out. We're going to move into some nice, friendly games. Thank you for the host there, Hellraiser. Appreciate that one, my friend.